Welcome back, guys. This question is a very hard one to answer, but I am going to try my best. I think one of the hardest parts of this recovery was that I didn't know where I was going to end up, and there were a lot of things I believed I wasn't going to be able to achieve ever again. And that meant that my motivation wasn't at the highest point it could be, and that I didn't have the determination that I needed. One thing that helped me realize I could still achieve all my goals and be able to do everything I could before the incident took place was meeting other burn survivors. I think being told you'll be able to do something is very different to actually seeing someone in your circumstance doing those things. And once you can see them doing everything like normal, you realize that that can be you as well. Thank you, guys. Mwah. Hi guys, I'm back. Once I arrived at the emergency ward in New Zealand, I was put into a coma instantly, and I was in a coma for close to 2 weeks. Whilst in a coma, I would say it's pretty much like sleeping. You wouldn't know otherwise, you wouldn't know any differently. The only difference is that yes, I did have some nightmares. I believe the nightmares may have been a side effect or symptom of ketamine that was used. They didn't relate to the incident, but they were very personal, horrible things. And it took a while for me to realise once I had woken up that that didn't actually happen and they weren't relevant to anything. But it definitely wasn't a good experience. Anyway, thank you all for the constant support. Mwah. Hi guys, so this is a very good question. My esophagus was not burnt, not severely or in any long-term way, which is really good news, thankfully. However, the second half of our group from Royal Caribbean, which was 21 of us, that were left there for about over an hour and a half possibly, were stuck breathing in noxious gases, very dangerous, life-threatening gases, and that did cause some issues for myself, meaning I did have pneumonia when I arrived at the hospital. My dad also had kidney damage and was on dialysis and had pneumonia too. Thankfully, I did recover from my pneumonia before I woke up from a coma, I believe, and I wasn't left with any long-term issues. Bye guys. Mwah. Hey guys, so let's discuss what a hyperbaric chamber is. So that's one example, and then here's another example, except mine was quite different. So instead of being put into a pressurized device like that, my whole room was pressurized. So my bed would be taken inside the room, I couldn't walk at that point, and I had another nurse join me, and we both had like a clear space helmet on. What this room does is administer oxygen at a greater level than atmospheric pressure. So it can be used for 2nd and 3rd degree burns. Burns to that degree can destroy your blood vessels, meaning less oxygen gets pumped around your body. That means further tissue can die because it's not getting the oxygen it needs. So the hyperbaric chamber can provide the oxygen that you need to help aid more healing within your body. It can promote new blood vessels, tissue growth, and help control infection. Hi guys, I'm back. So let's talk about my experience with the hyperbaric chamber. Okay, so at the start, when I was first going into the hyperbaric chamber, I was under a coma still. However, my mum did tell me that I had a seizure the first time I went in and they had to pull me out and stop it completely. Luckily, that was just a one-off. From then onwards, I would go in every second day and it would be a period of 1 hour in total sometimes more. Yes, you can definitely feel the change in oxygen and the pressure. It makes you feel quite lightheaded and nauseous. I was very uncomfortable, and the whole time I'd be trying to count down how much time I had left until I could get out. The nurse that joined me in there was nice enough to read a book for me, that way I could stay distracted. However, there were a few times where I did vomit and I had to cut it short. Overall, it was definitely not pleasant. Bye guys! Hi guys! So I've seen this question and I thought I'd answer it as best as possible. So waking up from a coma is a slow process. It took about 2 days before I was fully awake and comprehended and understood where I was. Of course, I had my mum by my side and I was very happy to see her, but I was also in a lot of pain. I had a feeding tube up my nose and down my throat and was quite uncomfortable and couldn't move. I then found out that my dad was in the ICU room next to me, which was really good to hear, but he was still in a coma, and I was not told yet about my sister. This was on the 24th of December. Even though it was just the beginning of everything and I had been through so much already, I was very happy to be awake and to have just seen my mum and have her by my side finally. Bye guys. Mwah.